And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com. Hail Mary's located in Cheviot, right on Harrison Avenue. They're in the Dora District. You can walk from bar to bar with your drinks, but why would you do that when you can hang out at the beautiful Hail Mary Sports Bar? 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall. There's not a bad seat in the house. They subscribe to every sports package that DirecTV offers so they can stream all the games. Cincinnati sports will always be on the video wall. And listen, it's Halloween night or Halloween party at the Holy Grail this weekend. So unless that's your scene, you're going to be looking for somewhere to watch the game. Hail Marys, they will have you taken care of. Food truck, a lot of drink specials, a lot of good stuff. So, maybe mix it up a little bit this Saturday night with the late kickoff and go see our friends at Hail Marys. All right, Aaron. Big 12, week 9.
That's just the way you drew it up.
This is so stupid. So much of it. Like there's 7 games when you count Cincinnati. So 2 teams have a bye. Everybody else is in action, and there's a lot to get to.
Yes,
as we go through this thing.
These lines are wild.
Let's start with the most interesting line of the day. Somebody already on Twitter has asked me about this, saying that they can't wait to hear our take. BYU 7-0, 4-0 in the Big 12, travels to Orlando to take on UCF, who is 3-4, 1-3 in the Big 12. Again, 4-0 in the Big 12 against 1-3 in the Big 12. Central Florida is favored by 2.
In fairness, the line did open up in favor of BYU -1 and has moved
3 points towards the home team.
The over-under is at 55.5 currently. It opened at 54.5. Look, I gotta be honest. I don't like I don't like this game for BYU, and I have reasons.
I don't either. I do too.
I have reasons.
Go ahead.
BYU traveling from their time zone to UCF has not fared well, largely for teams in conference traveling in conference play for any conference, not just the Big 12, but Big 10. No one traveling from west to east has fared well. It's a 3:30 kickoff.
It's a 3:30, so it's not early morning for BYU. Right. I think that's important. It's not 9 a.m. Sure. Like for Arizona State, that's not good. You got to get up and play at 9 a.m.
I also liked what I saw with Ja'Curry Brown, and now that he's had a couple games, he's got a week of practice without a hurricane. I don't believe there's a hurricane headed towards Orlando currently.
There might be.
Who knows? But I don't know. They just pulled off 400 yards just about in rushing. And I don't know that BYU has the firepower to put up. I don't know that their offense has the firepower to put up with that. And I don't know that their defense, while stingy, is stingy enough to hold Ja'Curry Brown and RJ Harvey to hold them enough to where their offense can overcome it.
So let's take a look. Here's the point totals they have given up on the year, Aaron.
BYU.
13, BYU. 13, 15, 14, 9. Against Kansas State. Kansas State scored 9 points on this BYU defense.
Stingy.
That was at BYU, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor at Baylor was able to score 28. And then last week, Oklahoma State, Arizona was in there too. Arizona only scored 19, but that offense is kind of in disarray right now. And then the one that makes you wonder, Oklahoma State at BYU in Provo scored 35. That was last week. So I think the line is a reaction to that.
Sure, absolutely. And the 400 yards that they just rushed for UCF.
It's only 350. It's only two. It's only 2 games worth of rushing yards, Aaron, not 3. I'm still going to take BYU. I think they get I think things are just so goofy in Orlando right now that they're going to find a way to screw it up, even if they control the game. Like, they played great against Iowa State and found a way to lose. And it would shock me if this BYU team that just keeps finding ways to win doesn't continue that against a Central Florida team that is finding ways to lose.
If I were gambling on this line, I would be hesitant, only because you are traveling 2 time zones. And again, that's not fared well. And BYU has not yet done that this year. And just with the weird number that it's at, I'm probably just leaving this one alone. Essentially,
you're just worried that Vegas is smarter than you.
Yeah, always I'm worried about that. Are you kidding me? Because they are. Look at me.
Those big buildings didn't build themselves.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm probably steering clear, but I would cautiously lean in the favor of BYU. That over under at 55.5, I'm probably going under.
Really?
I think I'm going under.
I would go over. I think I would like, if I was confident in anything in this game, it would be the over. You got a lot of confidence in BYU's defense then, because I think if UCF is going to keep this close, it's good. Their pass defense is trash, and BYU, that's all they do is throw the ball. So
correct. I think this stingy defense gets the job done. Yes.
Okay. I think then you're saying BYU big fairly, like by 10 plus.
I don't know that it's going to be quite that, but I don't know if we're going under at 55.5. I don't know that it'd be big, but
I think BYU gets 30 on this UCF defense.
Look,
I think for UCF to win.
I'm just thinking where my head would actually gamble, and I'm going the opposite of that because
Oklahoma State at Baylor, 0-4 in the conference, 1-3 in the conference. Baylor at home, favored by 7. Do you put any credence to Oklahoma State looking like they picked themselves up off the mat a little bit last week, or no? I guess that's where the question lies here, right? Is Oklahoma State going to finish the season strong or not?
I don't understand Baylor favored -7. That's bananas. That's bananas to me. Also, this game being at 65.5, I think is a gift, because I think it's probably going to be more than 65.5, because neither team actually, I don't even think they have people who go out on defense. I think it's just the offense running plays.
The scout team just goes out and stands like traffic cones.
They're just running plays freely. Look, just flip a coin in this game. But truthfully, Baylor at -7. Oklahoma State. Give me Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the points. I would be tempted to go Oklahoma State money line. By the way, 3:30 ESPN, BYU UCF, 3:30 ESPN plus Oklahoma State Baylor. That takes us to our next who the fuck knows game. Texas Tech at TCU. TCU is favored by 6.5. What is happening?
I told you.
The over-under in this game, you thought 65.5 was high for Oklahoma State Baylor. The Texas Tech TCU over-under 66.5. Huh. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Hit that over. I think it's going to be more than 66.5, because there are another 2 teams that just don't know that they're actually out on defense. They're just out there hanging with the homies. And give me Texas Tech. TCU favored? Nah, give me Texas Tech.
TCU favored by a touchdown, Aaron, by 6.5.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech's defense is bad. TCU's pass offense is good, but I can't talk myself into laying 6.5 points and taking TCU. That seems like banana land to me. That TCU is going to win kind of comfortably. No freaking chance. Give me the points. Another Another line. What? Am I looking at this right, Aaron? Actually, we'll do that one second. West Virginia, Arizona. This one's in Tucson. Arizona's favored by 3.5. Total 53.5. This makes a little bit more sense. I think West Virginia is playing better right now, although I guess I need to hear their quarterback, their running back, and their number one lineman all had head injuries last week.
Yeah.
Are they going to play? If West Virginia is healthy, I think West Virginia is the pretty clear call here. I'm out on Arizona right now. Their offensive line is a disaster.
I'm with you. I think that West Virginia has been riding. I can't say riding the ship at 3-4, but I feel like they've been playing better. And I don't know what to make of this injury situation with West Virginia either. That said, this would be a game that I would not touch with
at all.
I wouldn't
touch the line. I wouldn't touch the over under.
No,
I wouldn't touch prop bets.
I
just wouldn't touch. I would erase it. If you can erase it from the board, can you swipe left on games? Is that a thing? I think you should be able to swipe like a dating app. You can swipe right and swipe left.
No, it's like on any social media where if you see something you don't like, you just keep on scrolling.
But I'm talking about like when you're preparing your board, right? Like if you've got your board, you should be able to be like, I'm interested in this one. I'm not interested in that one. And then you can like take the ones you're interested in and reevaluate. Get this stupid ass game off my board with West Virginia, Arizona.
Get it out of here.
You want to know another one? I don't know. I might bet the whole house on this one. Utah at Houston. Utah's favored only by 3.5. Are we that low on Utah? We're that out on Utah that they're only favored by 3.5 in Houston, and the total for this game is 36.5. What is happening?
What? This game is absolutely wild. You know what's crazy about this game, Chad, is if Houston somehow wins this game, they have a better conference record than Utah.
Right. Which is how everybody had it at the beginning of the season.
Right. That they'd be playing for it's close to playing for the toilet bowl.
Utah was picked first. Houston was picked second to last. And they're who you got?
3.5. 3.5 is your Utah favorite. Utah favored by 3.5. It's Utah. Come on now. 36.5 being your over under. I'm destroying that over. Destroy. What are we doing? What are we doing?
This is the one that makes me feel like Vegas is messing with us on this one. So I just don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. The whole conference is the dumbest thing. If you gamble on this conference, go to Gamblers Anonymous. Like, because it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
You might see your boy E-Train from Chatterbox at Gamblers Anonymous, by the way.
It's not going well for him in the gambling world. Do not do gambling as a bit. Like, it is not a bit. You are either very serious about it or you lose a lot of money. Elliot, stop. Like, gambling is not funny. There's not a joke, a punchline in gambling.
I mean, he was the punchline.
Right. That's what happens. Yeah. Anywho, Kansas at Kansas State, ESPN 2, 8 o'clock. By the way, West Virginia, Arizona, 7 o'clock FS1, Utah, Houston. That is the ultimate ESPN Plus game, 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Kansas State in Manhattan. Kansas State favored by 10, total 55.5. That's the only one I feel good about. So this is the one that's not going to make any sense because it's a rivalry game. Jaden Daniels is going to be a dominant force, but I feel more comfortable at Kansas State here than I do anything on this stupid ass board that we've talked about for 15 minutes.
I'm I'm going Kansas. I'm going Kansas, and I think it'll be. Yeah, I don't like Kansas State. I have not liked that. I think Cincinnati's going to beat Kansas State.
I know you do.
But
I know you do.
I give me Kansas. I think that they're getting back on track. They really are. Last week was they figured it out. They figured out how to play offense.
Awful. They weren't awful, yeah.
But we'll see what Devin Neal and Jaden Daniels can do, and who knows.
This is very similar to me last week saying I felt really good about UCF getting that win at Iowa State, which made no sense at all. But the reason I felt like it was because it made no sense at all, and then it almost happened.
Almost.
That's how stupid this league is. What makes the least sense? I'm going to pick that. What game? That's going to be the new part of this show on Wednesdays. What game do I like the least? Because I'm going the opposite way. This league is stupid. That's a nightcap. We'll see you for 3 Keys tomorrow night. Brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!